Well, hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. I'm Corny Swiss, and today I'm playing a realistic battle in the T-29. Very exciting. T-29 premium heavy tank. It's basically a T-95, but with a turret, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, it doesn't have the armor profile, obviously, of the T-95. T-95 is the best tank ever. But it does drive a little faster. It does have a turret, and it does have a bunch of 50 cals. So that's pretty sweet. But this is a realistic battle in Poland. It's a night battle. This is one of the very few night battles I've played. I've played so few that I was actually surprised when I loaded in. And I was like, whoa, what's this? It's a night battle. Now, my initial strategy for this game was I didn't want to really go into the city. I'm not very comfortable with the T-29 yet. So I wanted to sit back and kind of control this part of the map using my gun depression and my gun mantlet and stuff like that. Use a big fat turret. But the T-92 there started being really aggressive, so I'm feeling quite, I feel like I should be moving up too, and eventually I will. But just wanted to take a second to thank you guys for all the suggestions in the last video. I did read them all, and I have some interesting ideas. So I can't do anything about it until the earliest, probably. Maybe we'll see something different on like Monday or Wednesday, because I want to have at least a minimum of Monday, Wednesday, Friday type content. So we'll start seeing some new stuff, but I'm going to try and keep War Thunder consistent as well. And right there, I keep seeing what looks to be a tank, and it is actually a tank. It's a T-44 that's over there. And I keep looking over there and firing because I see something move, and I'm like, that's got to be a tank. Like, I just saw it again on this replay right there. And, I mean, I already know what's over there, so. There's a T-44 kind of poking his head around the building to the right there. I'm shooting at the building across opposite the building he's actually behind. There he is. Angle. Always angle the tank, doesn't matter what the armor is. Always angle, you might get lucky. His first shell goes in and gets my driver, which is annoying. I returned fire, but he's already backed up, so I missed. T-44 can be pretty tricky. Just put another shell into me. Got my driver back, so I'm going to start moving a little bit. I wanted to try and get him right there, but he was able to back up enough, and I skipped it off his upper glacis. But I'm still moving forward. There's some pressure coming at him from behind. I think I stopped at a good time there. Took it on the gun mantlet, and for some reason he came back around while I was ready to shoot, put a shell in, knocked him out. Because if I penetrated that tank with this gun and this AP shell, he was going to die. So, he came out a little too far probably, and as a result, I nailed him. Now, still pushing through. I want to try and help my teammate. There's a machine gun just going off out there. It's some type of tank. I think it ends up being a Panther, but just firing away with the machine gun, or else it's a flak truck. But I think it's like a Panther of some description. But that T-92 just got blasted by an Ostwind, and there the Ostwind goes. And then there's another one up there that I'm going to try and come around and get a shot on, but he's actually going to get taken out before I can. There he goes. Now I want to try and loop a shell over this little ridge and hit that whatever's firing that machine gun out there, but that would be pretty tough. I don't know what it is at this point, and it'd be pretty hard to loop a shell over that and hit somebody. Could be done. The gun's not too. The gun's muzzle velocity isn't so crazy that that's not impossible. Now, okay, I didn't think that T-44-100 was actually alive because he's just sitting there like in a scope, and I machine gun him, and it started registering hits, so I put a shell in. But I wasn't initially going to do anything about that guy because I thought he was already dead. But I do love in the nighttime how the flames look. Like when his ammo rack was burning out, and even that guy sitting next to him, it looks so nice. It just looks really pretty in this sort of nighttime feel. But yeah, So I don't really want to go around where that T-44 was again. It's too exposed to their spawn, so I want to go back down these streets, where arguably, I mean, it's just as exposed, but I feel a little better about it because I'm not moving. It's kind of like I'm moving. I don't want to move through those trees because that's where I know the enemy will be. Whereas if I come this way, I might be able to get him to come out into alleys where I'll be able to see him easier. And that can make my life a little easier than having to kind of sort through bushes and trees that they won't have to sort through to see me. Can I just boldly cross the street? I'm halfway through the street. Might as well keep going. There's no point stopping in the middle of the street. Either you stop and check it before you cross, or you just cross. Oh, that's an enemy. Looks like an IS-3? No, I'm sorry. That was an IS-2. I didn't see the thing right. Good thing I saw him, though. So it looked like he was going to turn around and pop me one. So, bagged another one. Now we're pushing kind of towards our spawn. I believe we knew that there was a guy off to on the southern ridge. There's that panther, by the way, on the very northern part of the minimap. Someone's finally kind of spotted him, I guess. But there's the cap circle there. I don't really particularly want to go in there yet. I feel like it's very exposed. So I want to kind of check around over here first. Make sure we're all good. Like, check out the this part of the town. Make sure there's no one just kind of creeping around. Really should have looked right before I looked left. Because if you think about it, if whoever's to my left there is probably looking towards our spawn, so away from me. Whereas if the people to my right there are going to be looking in my direction probably. So you should really look right first there, so that you can be facing the guy who's more likely to shoot you. Now that IS-3 that guy got knocked out by an IS-3. Okay, I have a good idea of where that IS-3 is. He must be over here on the other side of the cap, but I don't know exactly. So I'm gonna back up, and actually I think I just saw him right there. He's behind that house, and I tried to just sent one into the building. Didn't do anything, but might as well. But I know where he is. I'm gonna reload, and I'm gonna come around and hopefully catch him in the side, or catch him after he shoots someone else, not me. Or even it'd be sweet if I could catch him through that hole there. But ultimately I'm gonna push out a little more. There he goes. Before he gets too far. Right under the track into the hole. No problem. So now the name of the game is holding the cap, and initially I'm just gonna pop in, start the cap, because one thing you can do is you can jump in, start capping, and then jump out, because that'll start the cap ticking down to neutral, and that way you don't have to sit in it. But because my team is pushing up, I'm like, okay, I might as well sit in it. If I'm gonna get bombed, I'm gonna get bombed. I might as well get the points for it. And hopefully my teammates kind of branch out. And really, I would have preferred to go to my left here and go look at that ridge and watch the southern cap, or the southern spawn, because there's likely to be guys spawning over there and coming over here to cause problems. So, but ultimately, I just sat in the cap circle. Like, that's not a bad move either. I don't like sitting in the cap circle. I've said it a lot, that I get really antsy, and I think you can kind of see it here, where I'm checking, okay, how many players do I have? They got like 2 players. I'm really antsy when I'm in the cap circle. Yeah, but yeah, anyways. Like I said earlier, though, hopefully me and Phil are going to be bringing some additional content. You know, well, say additional, like, it won't be War Thunder all the time. I'm not going to promise a War Thunder video every other day, but we're going to do our best. And I'm working on reviews. This T-29, I think, is probably going to get a review. Just because I'm playing it, I'm grinding it. I unlocked the T-92. I want to get the Sheridan because it looks really interesting and fun. I think I like the idea of the Sheridan more because, yes, it has rockets, but it also has a 152mm gun. So I feel less, I don't know, because rockets feel really dirty to me. Like, I don't think I like the idea. Like, I had a game where I was playing the Chieftain. It's actually a simulator game, and someone shot a rocket at me, but it hit my gun. I had moved my turret and it hit my gun and it knocked out my gun, but I lived. I don't know. I guess I don't really like the rockets. I feel like they're. I mean, you can dodge. I mean, they're really slow ultimately, but I don't know. Something bugs me about that. So, so I feel less bad. Panther 2 got me. You know, he actually came from behind, which is really odd. And actually, I'm gonna type in chat like saying, "Hey, there's Panther 2 coming from behind." But nothing you can do there. There's zero reason for me to be looking behind me because that's where all my teammates have just come from. But I'm going to try and get the Sheridan. I want to review that. I think it's fun because it has the HE and the heat, but it also has the rockets. So I think there's like kind of a. I think the Sheridan's like super flexible, whereas the other rocket tanks are less flexible. If that makes sense. Like, I mean, it's difficult to explain, but I feel like the ability to have an HE shell where you can bop somebody. Like, you can come around a corner and just bop somebody, and then run away, rather than the rockets where you have to, like, poke out and then keep your cursor on them so that you can guide it in. I think that leaves, especially because it's a rocket, like, I feel like it highlights where you are. So I would like to avoid that. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I've been Corny Swiss, and I'll see you next time.